Hello, my friends. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. Because I took a poll on my Instagram page and many of you requested this video today. To the moms out there, we love you and we are so appreciative and thankful for everything that you have done for us. But sometimes there are just questions a little too personal to ask. So that's what we're gonna be going over today. I asked you guys on my Instagram, feel free to follow me there. We're about to hit 90,000. Yee! Whenever I do my Q&A videos, I leave like a box on Instagram for you to just leave any questions that you might want to ask. So let's jump into our body questions. I open this up to topics like boyfriends, hooking up, period care, virginity, whatever you wanted to talk about, we're gonna dive in. I will leave these questions anonymous just because they're a little bit more personal of topics. Okay, first question. Okay, just jumping in right off the bat. A question that I'm seeing redundantly is about couples where one person wants to have sex and one person doesn't. And a lot of you are saying like, well, I'm not ready to have sex yet, but my boyfriend wants me to have sex with him and it's kind of pushing me. I'm afraid to lose him. I'm seeing questions like this like so repetitively. Okay, so we are really diving in here on this first question. I have experienced something like this personally, so I feel for you. It's not an easy position to be placed in. Sex is a consensual act between individuals. So if you want to wait a couple weeks, if you want to wait a couple months, if you want to wait till you're married, whatever the situation is, that is absolutely what you should do. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, should force you to do something that you don't want to do, especially sexually. If someone truly, truly loves and respects you, I mean, think about what the definition of love is. If someone truly loves you, they will wait until you are ready. And I believe that with my whole heart. Just to be vulnerable, I had someone, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I didn't fall into the trap, but this guy that I was dating tried to convince me, this is so ridiculous. He tried to convince me that actually having sex is the big moment, but that the physical act is not. But that I'm trying to explain this without using words so that I won't get demonetized. Okay. Basically, he tried to convince me that the big moment was sex, but that the physical act and action was not. And I was like, do I look like an idiot? If you're having that big moment, that's just called good sex. Like, but the other part is still sexy, a ding dong. That is so embarrassing to share. I mean, it's more so embarrassing for him. It's not really embarrassing for me, I guess, but yeah. So I have been placed in this situation and I just think that you have to hold your ground and hold true to your beliefs and your morals. It is not easy, but make a decision for yourself. And whatever that decision is, great. Just be sure that it is consensual between the two of you. I'm seeing so many questions about people worrying about their private parts and how they look, which I feel like I can relate to. There is not one particular set of breasts that look the same. You might have a darker colored areola, maybe you have a lighter colored areola. You know, you can have a million combinations, and the same goes with down there. Everything is so unique and personal to one person. I assure you, okay, I assure you that if you are with your boyfriend, husband, whoever it is, and he sees you shirtless, he's not gonna be thinking like, dang, I was hoping you were gonna have some darker colored areolas. Like, no, he's just gonna be excited to see you shirtless, okay? So you don't need to worry about how things are looking. Just know that you are perfect just the way God made you. And whoever you are with, your partner is so lucky to have you, you know? So just be confident in your body and know that it is beautifully, perfectly, and fearfully made. And just throw this out there, so many of you guys are like, different boob size, one is slightly bigger than the other. Why are my boobs not the same size? What do I do? So many of you. So girl, you are not alone. This is so common. I don't think anyone has perfectly symmetrical breasts. I did have one friend who the size difference was so drastic that she actually ended up getting one implant so that they would be more matched and she would have an easier time finding bras and clothes and things like that. And it worked great for her, so there's definitely options if it's super drastic and like changing your life. And it has made her so much more confident, so if that's you, there's definitely options, but just know that you are not alone and many people have different sized breasts. There's also a ton of questions on shaving down there, how to shave down there, should you laser down there. I will link in the description box down below a recent video of my shaving routine. And then once hopefully everything is over with COVID-19, I would love to go get a waxing appointment for the first time and film it for you guys. So let me know if that's a video that you would be interested in. Okay, there's so many questions, but I'm seeing a lot about stretch marks. And I have stretch marks. I leave it in a lot of my photos on Instagram. I have stretch marks on my chest because I am very well endowed in the chest area. As you guys know, we talked about this in a more recent video. I'm a 32 triple D. So yeah, I have stretch marks all across my chest, and then I have stretch marks on my hips and my butt. And I'm a size like 0 to 2. So stretch marks are on all different body sizes. So many of you are saying like, I'm a size small, why do I have stretch marks? Stretch marks are for everyone, and I don't even know if I have a friend, a single friend that doesn't have stretch marks. Like I feel like we've all talked about it, and I don't know a ton of girls that have stretch marks on their chest, but I do. But I feel like almost all girls have stretch marks on their thighs and butt, and like, hey, hi, hello. I feel like everybody has stretch marks on their butt and thighs. This person is just like staring at me while I work and it's making me really uncomfortable. Please stop looking, thank you. I would argue the majority of women have stretch marks, and if you don't, hey, great, and if you do, hey, great. It is, to my knowledge, more of a genetic thing. So I would probably get them one day if I get pregnant, and I'm sure some days I'll love him and some days I'll hate him, but it is what it is. I think that for me, when I realized the vast majority of women and even men have stretch marks, it's like, okay, everyone's got them, and like it's just a part of life. There are also so many questions about virginity and when is it normal to lose it, how long should you wait, what's the typical age, and there just honestly isn't an answer for that. I think that it's such a personal decision for each and every individual. I've had friends that lost their virginity when they were like 15 years old. I have friends that still haven't lost their virginity. So I think it just varies greatly depending on the person and, you know, your personal decisions. As we spoke about in the beginning, it just needs to be whenever you are ready. It needs to be a consensual thing, not something that you're pressured into by any stretch of the imagination. And so there just isn't a right answer. Just whenever you and that other person are both ready, that's the time. I'm also seeing lots of questions on birth control. How to get on birth control, how to know what kind of birth control is right for you. I'm scared to use birth control. So many questions about that. So for me personally, I went on birth control in high school. I don't even remember now. Is that horrible? I think high school. I went on it at first because my dermatologist recommended that I take birth control to fix my acne, but then it didn't do anything for my acne, so then I stopped taking it. And then later on, my OBGYN recommended that I get back on birth control to help to regulate my periods. For those of you who are new to my channel, long story short, I used to have periods for like a month. It was horrendous, and in order to regulate it, I went on birth control, and it took months. Like, I wanna say 7 months, girl, like way too long, to find the right birth control for me. So I am currently on Janelle FE. It is what I have found to finally, praise Jesus, hallelujah, regulate my menstrual cycle, and it works. But it was honestly a lot of trial and error trying to figure out, this doesn't work, this works kind of, this has stopped working, okay, I think this works. So I highly recommend going to see your primary care doctor or an OBGYN if you are able to discuss the different options, especially once you become sexually active. Going to see an OBGYN, I think once a year is the recommended number, is essential so that you can get pap smears, so that you can get a breast test for lumps, if you want to get tested for STDs. There's truly so many benefits to going to see your OBGYN regularly and finding one that you really like and trust. I love my girl. She makes me feel comfortable every time, even though it's pretty uncomfortable. All right, we're gonna wrap this video up with the fabulous topic of discharge down there. So discharge is simply the way that your body expels fluids and cells, and it can vary drastically from woman to woman. There are also many factors that can change your discharge over time. So if you are on your period, it could possibly be a different texture or color. If you are pregnant, it's definitely going to be different. If you are sick, maybe you have an infection, it's going to be different. There's so many different reasons that your discharge can change over time. The biggest thing that I have found online from research, I'm not a nurse, doctor, medical in any way, not claiming to be so. Healthy discharge appears to be more clear or white. It can often leave like a little bit of a yellow stain in your underwear. That is perfectly normal. However, abnormal discharge could be greenish or grayish and possibly brown. The biggest thing that I've seen online is that if there's a lot of changes in your discharge, that's when you want to contact a doctor. So maybe 1 week it's more white, 1 week it's more green, 1 week the scent is a lot stronger. That's when you want to reach out and contact your doctor. Feel like we've covered discharge thoroughly there. Okay guys, that's everything. We definitely did not get to all the questions. I would love to do this again and answer different questions. These are topics that I just enjoy talking about because I don't believe that there is enough conversation out there on the internet today. So I definitely, as always, want for us to be an extremely safe place where you can feel free to ask questions. Leave any and all questions down below. If you feel like I didn't cover a topic thoroughly enough and you'd like to add to it, please feel free to do so. If you disagree with something I said, girl, let's get into it down below. This is a safe place where we can have this discussion. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye guys.